What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm so sorry that I've been gone for so long. You already know, guys, I'd be busy as hell, but I am excited to make this video and talk to you guys about this, okay? This was an experience I had a few nights ago where I was interacting with these dark-skinned looking beings as well as these pale white, milk white skin looking beings, okay? So what happened is I wake up in the astral and it's nighttime outside, of course. For some reason, I'm guided to go to the front of the house. So I go to the front, and as soon as I open the door, there's this big, tall, dark skinned looking being, like 10 foot tall, standing at the front of the door. I was like, whoa. And what was interesting was that this was like a family meeting, it felt like this being I knew. And I greeted them. I was like, welcome, what's good? And then they shrunk down into like a smaller version of themselves so that we'd be like the same height. So it's like, imagine a 10 foot tall being, and then they just shrunk down into my size. And then they led me to the grass. As I'm going to the grass, there's on the street, at the front of the street, there's these portals opening up, like blue portals opening up, and these Wakandan looking people are coming through. Then I look behind me, and there's this like guardian with a spear, look like a Wakandan with the spear, and they're just standing there on guard. Many of them were even bald. They were bald, and they had the spears, and they had this African looking armor on. And so after that, we go to the grass, and then there's a bunch of other humans outside, like people that are just human watching. It's like they were watching me interacting with these beings. Right away, I look to my left, and then there's this blue portal that opens up. And it's a lady that I know. I don't know, but I know. And we seen each other, and I was like, we were so excited. We were like, oh my God. And we hugged each other, and it was like the best family reunion ever. And it was funny because we held arms, and we were swinging around like we were children. We were like, it was so nice. And then we had this amazing deep conversation, and all these humans are just like watching, like everybody's just kind of watching, and I could feel like their anger or like their envy almost. It was like they were like, how does this guy know them? And so then me and her were having a conversation in the front of my house on the grass. And remember that on the street there's a few portals that were open, and then over the side of my house was a portal that opened, and there was guardians standing there. It's like they were protecting the interaction. We're having this discussion, and then before she leaves, she gives me a bracelet, and it was like a bright blue, had some blue, and then it had some black in it. It was so beautiful. And then I gave her one of my bracelets. And I was like, yo, I don't want to, like, I'm going to remember this interaction forever, and I'm going to miss you. And she was like, I'm going to miss you too. And we hugged, and then she went out the portal. You know what's interesting? When they're coming in and out of the portal, like for her specifically, when she came through the portal, it was like she automatically shrunk. You couldn't see it, but you could tell she had to shrink down. And then when she went through the portal, you could tell that it's like she walked through the portal, and then just as she pops through, you could see her energy largen as she goes through. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to explain. This is actually the bracelet she gave me. And you know how I found this bracelet? I'm going to tell you the next part of this astral travel. So, I'm not sure if this part of the astral travel was before this interaction or after, but I'm in the house, and I'm just astral traveling in the house, and for some reason I'm being called to my mom's room. So I'm in my mom's room, and she has these cards laid out, and she has these bracelets, like these golden necklaces and bracelets laid out. When I got back in the physical, I seen it was laid out exactly just like that. But when I got in the physical, I seen she actually like she had the bracelets there and the necklaces there, but she took it up. And so I seen that she had the stuff laid out and some cards laid out, like how she does in the physical. And then I was looking at some of the jewelry. Something about the jewelry in her room was really important. And there was a portal on the wall. I think it was actually the TV. And the TV was being used as a portal. And so it was like I was talking to a certain being through this portal in the wall. And this being was milk white, like very milk white skin, a tall white essentially. Here's an editor's note. So This interaction I'm talking about happened after my interaction with the Hydran slash Wakandans. And so I was speaking to this being through these portals that were coming in and out. Like first they were in my room and there was these portals and I was speaking to this being, and then it led me to my mom's room and led me to the bracelets and the necklaces that were there. And that's how I knew that there was something important there. I was talking to this tall white about something. I don't remember what it was. I can remember what the energy felt like. It felt like they were prepping me for something. Like the interaction, they were talking to me about certain information that I needed to have. And then my mom comes in the room. And she was like surprised. She's like, what are you doing in here? And she took me off guard too. I was like, whoa. And I told her, I was like, oh, I was just talking to a being just now. And she was like, oh, okay. Like it was normal. She was like, oh, okay, yeah. When I woke up in the physical, instantly I went to my mom's room. I brushed my teeth, I cleaned up, and then I went to my mom's room. And I looked at her jewelry, and I saw this exact bracelet the girl gave me. Looks exactly like the one she gave me. I was like, whoa. There was something important about my sister's necklace or bracelet that was given to my mom, but I didn't fully understand. It was like her energy was tied with something, so I knew, okay, that obviously my sister must have made something or given something to my mom, and then now I'm taking it for myself. And so when I woke up, I realized that the bracelet that the lady gave me in the astral, and that was in the physical as well. And so the beings were leading me to get that same exact bracelet in the physical. That bracelet, when I took it and asked my mom if I could have it, she said that that was the bracelet that my sister made her a while ago. And she wore it for a bit, and now I'm taking it. So I was like, okay. So when I woke up in the physical, then I was understanding what all that energy was and what was being spoken about. It reminds me of the time when I was doing this connection with my past lives in Valyria, which Valyria was a planet. And Valyria was a place where Lyrans and Draconian blood was connected. So that's where you see the dragon riders. So you see humans and dragons connected. And there was a necklace that I had in that lifetime, which is this one. It looked exactly like this. Exactly like this, y'all. I told my spirit team in the divine, I said, I would love to have that necklace in this lifetime to represent it. I remember in that lifetime, the destruction of Valyria was pure fire. Pure fire. That's a story for another time. But the only thing that came with me or that survived the fall of Valyria was this necklace. And I said, I want a necklace just like that one. And I don't know if it was the next day or a day later or a few days later, but my mom says, hey, I have this necklace for you. I was going to give it to you for Christmas, but even though Christmas is like 7 months away, she's like, I was going to give it to you for Christmas, but I'll just give it to you now. And it was this one. And check this out. The necklace even looks like it's burnt. It looked way different when I first got it, but that little like rust on it, it looks even more authentic to the real version, which even the real version had like burn marks on it. Now I really cherish this bracelet, and I always remember her with this bracelet. And it's not like she's gone or anything. She's in the stars, right? And after disclosure, we could have that connection physically. But that was so beautiful, and I was like, I'm gonna miss you. And she's like, I'm gonna miss you too. Like, it was just an amazing interaction. And I can't wait to see her in the physical when it is time. This one was about Wakandan-looking beings, aka Xylanthians. And some people would say that these dark-skinned beings are Anunnaki. Some are Anunnaki, some are Xylanthian. Some are even Hydra, like they're from Hydra. So don't just be like, oh, just because they're dark skinned, they're from here or whatever. The human genome is spread out across the galaxy, but these ones specifically I talked to, they had a connection with Hydra and Xylanthia. So there was some sort of dual connection there, or blood mix, I guess. But I just consider them, I just always call them Xylanthians, and sometimes I slip them, call them Wakandans because they look just like the damn movie. It was awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys take care. Peace out.